Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. A great opportunity for us here in Ottawa to show solidarity with Ukraine, and here to tell us how you can do just that. And I know there are many ways to do it, but there's a wonderful event coming up. Tatiana Piatkovska joins me. She's the organizer of an upcoming event and from Ottawa Supports Ukrainians Democracy NGO. Tatiana, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
A pleasure. Let's first of all talk about the organization. Tell me a little bit about the NGO.
Actually, Alec, first of all, I have to say that I'm not founder of the NGO, so I just only participate. But yes, I know, like, it was founded actually when the war was started, so that very active Ukrainians here who've been living a while in Canada, in Ottawa, they just created such community where just to support Ukrainians who come in, who are actually newcomers here. So they have idea like to create NGO because it's you know, it's the community where any newcomer could come over and say, you know, I need a help, I need a house, I need something, and they just easily could help them.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised to hear that the community has stepped forward. Not only I imagine the Ukrainian community, but also the community at large, right? Welcoming Ukrainians. You have a great event coming up, and one of the special parts of that event is a film that you're going to be screening. Tell me about this film.
Yeah, actually, it's a funny story because one time I visited the European Short Festival here in Ottawa, and I was surprised that no Ukrainians movie there. And it just, of course, Ukraine is not part of Europe. But anyway, just I have an idea like how I need to reach out with some Ukrainian director of movie who could introduce movie here. And of course, I knew Artem Litvinenko. Artem Litvinenko is amazing director in Ukraine. He's just now in Ukraine. Unfortunately, he couldn't come here, to come over to Ottawa. But anyway, so he is the director of the amazing documentary movie Against of the Odds. It's about the first months of full-scale invasion Russian to Ukraine, and especially it's about it, how Ukrainian how Ukraine defends themselves, and like how Ukrainian defends capital of Ukraine, Kyiv.
Yeah.
So actually this about this movie.
Well, we do have a clip, so you know what? We'll throw to the clip. We'll have a look at the clip and come back and speak some more about it.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Just hours ago, Russian forces began their attack.
Kyiv might soon fall to Russian forces.
The Russians will take control of Kyiv
within 24 hours.
The Russian force is so much larger than the Ukrainian one.
It's not a question of if Russia takes the capital, it's a question of when.
Я залишаюсь у столиці.
Can the Ukrainian people stand up?
Ну, максимум 3-4 дня.
This is day 6.
On the 10th day, day 22.
Day 33.
78.
Kyiv is still standing strong.
Це такий ремейк відомої саги про Давіда і Голіафа.
Putin made a strategic error. The Ukrainian soldiers are fighting for their land.
The Ukrainians want to win this fight.
The Russians have lost about 3 times as much heavy equipment and at least twice as many troops.
Putin did not have much to celebrate on his victory day.
Hear those early clips of, you know, these people in the media and then experts saying, you know, oh, it's going to be 2 or 3 days, 3 or 4 days, and to where I see how emotional you are. And to imagine where you are today, I mean, it's just incredible,
Tatiana.
It's
very sensitive for me because I met the first days of war in Kyiv, and I know how to be there. And thanks God, of course, that I just very fast left the capital of Ukraine and I moved to the safe place. But like still my family, and I know that Artem and his family is still there, and a lot of Ukrainians now still keep fighting for freedom, for democracy. So absolutely, like this movie, it's just to show the foreign people to Canadians just what's going on in Ukraine. And we need still support. Of course, that Canada doing amazing stuff. We are so thankful and grateful for this amazing support what Canada provided to Ukraine. But we want to speak out loudly. We want to scream actually, because every day kids, women, sons, daughters, grandparents, like anyone died. And it's horrible because it's 21st of century and we have to still keep fighting for our democracy. Like, for what? I mean, for what we need to do it? Like, we want to just live our life. But
and I imagine you still keep in contact with friends and family in Ukraine, and I can't imagine what those conversations are like. You know, still going through it. You know, so many months later. Like I don't know. I think I speak to for most Canadians and most people in Ottawa that we're just shocked to see that we're in a senseless war.
It was the same for us, the same. Like nobody was, everyone was thinking that it's not true, that it couldn't happen, really. Nobody believed in this.
Yeah. Tatiana, how can people come out and support? Obviously, the public are invited.
Yes, so I would like to ask and to involve everyone to come over to that event. It's gonna be happen 21st of August, so it means the next Thursday at 6 p.m. at Museum War.
Excellent. Yeah. Tatiana, really appreciate the time today.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for bringing this, by the way, this to our attention as well. I mean, it's an incredibly powerful movie just from the short images that we just saw. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.